Welcome to Breakout Creator, the podcast that features the stories and insights of successful content creators. I'm your host, Dominic D10, and on today's episode, we have a very special guest with us, Caleb Simpson. Caleb is a social media sensation with over 6 million followers on TikTok and more than 2 billion views on the platform. Right now, his claim to fame is a series where he asks strangers how much they pay for rent and then gives his followers a peek inside of their homes. In this episode, Caleb shares with us his journey of discovery as he tried different types of content and eventually found his niche. He also reveals some of his secrets to creating viral content on social media, including how he came up with his ideas and what he thinks makes them so appealing to his audience. If you enjoy this episode and want to hear more inspiring stories from breakout creators like Caleb, please consider subscribing to our podcast on your favorite platform. By subscribing, you'll get notified of new episodes as soon as they're released, so you never miss a beat. And if you really like what you heard today, we'd appreciate it if you would leave us a comment and click the like button, as that helps more people discover our show. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get right into it. You're the guy.
I don't know what this means.
Let me ask you something. How long have you been on TikTok for?
Since 2019.
Really?
Long time, yeah.
Actually, I swear to you, I was not expecting that you've been on for so long. I guess from my perspective, you kind of blew up this past year.
Totally.
Like 2022, it became such a thing what you're doing.
Phenomenon.
But I wasn't really aware of it before then.
Totally.
And I've been on since mid 2018.
I was making all sorts of random shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like so many different things. If you deep dive into my TikTok account, there's so much random shit. Experimenting,
Absolutely. Changes my perspective a little bit, You didn't go to playlists in Orlando. They do those events where creators get together.
Yeah.
So you weren't in any of that?
Nah, I'm a loner, man.
Where are you from?
I'm from Morganton, North Carolina. That's where I was born and raised, near Asheville, North Carolina.
Wait. By Mr. Beast?
I mean, he's kind of far away.
Okay.
He's 4 or 5 hours away.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I had already left North Carolina before Mr. Beast even showed up,
Yeah. Were you on TikTok, making TikTok videos while you were still in North Carolina? Did you start?
No, I went to school. I moved to New York City after college. Picked up a camera right after school. Just learning the ins and outs of YouTube, social media, what to do with cameras. Do I want to be a professional photographer, make documentaries?
All right.
Videographer. I traveled the world with YouTubers and Instagrammers. What? I worked in the music industry. Done a lot of different things with cameras,
Yeah.
Just making content.
So have I. Was a professional photographer for since 2011.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey originally.
Ew.
Yeah. Well,
ew, bro.
Ew, I know.
I'm kidding.
From South Jersey, from the family side.
Gotcha.
The town I'm from is called Ocean City, New Jersey. They're America's #1 family resort.
Oh, really?
And it's like this, but beautiful and
You're
safe.
at home. It's you're at home right now.
Are people recognize you on the street at all?
All the time, bro.
Yeah?
All the time. Yeah, it's funny.
Is the meme do they ask you how much you pay for rent?
What's the common thing? Yeah, someone might look at me and be like, "Are you that guy?"
Yeah.
Or they'll be they'll smile, "Yo, how much you pay for rent?" They'll say it like that. Yeah, or they'll just DM me later, "Did I just see you at da 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 da?" Why don't you just say, "Hey"?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay, so you've been on the platform since 2019. How long did it take you to reach 100,000 followers?
I kind of had a mini blow up 2019, so I got around 3-4 million followers then.
What?
Yeah, on TikTok, just doing a bunch of random stuff. But it wasn't to this scale. In the past 6 months, it's really just blown out of control.
I feel like I never saw your videos until literally this year.
That's because they were more niche. It was more niche content,
So you grew and count to 3-4 million followers, but what did you do at that time?
At that time,
Yeah.
tried everything. So basically 2019, I was helping a YouTuber make YouTube video making fun of TikTok because that was a trend on YouTube.
Okay.
It made me look at TikTok and I was like, yo, bro, this kid, he has 3 million followers.
Sure.
But he also has 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was also he has 1 million followers on YouTube. So I looked at my buddy and I was like, this is the next Instagram. We got to make videos on here. So we just started deconstructing viral videos and go remake them. We might even make them exactly the same just to see because we're we don't even know how this platform works.
Right.
So we did that for a while. Finally, a video went viral for both of us. And we're okay, interesting. Okay, let's keep trying. Tried a bunch of different niches comedy. I did photography tutorials, transitions, trends. My first video that did 10 million views. You remember when Mentos and Coke was popular?
Sure.
Yeah, so everyone was just doing one Mentos bottle and one little Mentos. So we had this 10x rule. We have to 10x the idea. So we got 10 bottles of Coke and then strung together all these Mentos, dropped them at the same time, and it exploded 10 feet in the air. And then that got 10 million views. So then we're okay, we're just collecting information, collecting data, and applying it to more video ideas.
Well, that makes sense why I didn't see you asking people about rent back then.
Yeah, because I was exploding Coke and Mentos. It's taking pictures of strangers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Creative photography tutorials, stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you get into the pictures for strangers trend?
I did it a little bit. I didn't like it that much, so I kind of just didn't do it. I didn't find it that fun.
That's what I did for a living.
Really?
Since 2014.
So you know my boy Alex Stump then?
I do very well. He lived in the same building as me.
Really?
In Pacific Plaza for a year, about a year ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's since traveling. His dad, he's an airline pilot, so he's got like one of those passes you can fly anywhere.
Damn.
So he's always traveling.
Love that. Hashtag cheat codes.
What's it been like for you, like traveling? Do you just know everybody everywhere you go? Like you got a place to crash kind of if you want?
I do know a lot of people. I kind of love networking and meeting people, as like you just hit me up and then I was in a coffee shop 20 minutes ago and then this guy messaged me yesterday and then yesterday.
From my perspective, I've been trying to reach you for weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I guess I just noticed the message.
Since December 20th, I messaged you. Yo, Caleb, I just saw you post that you're in Venice. Wanted to invite you on my podcast. I'm located in Venice.
Damn, I totally missed that one.
Fair enough.
Dude, that's like, I do the same shit. Like the house tour thing, because I'm trying to get bigger guests, like all this stuff. So like I'm always like hounding people like all the time. So I understand. Yeah. And it's like it might take 20 messages before someone sees.
Why not?
Yeah.
Some people are hard to get a hold of. Like
totally.
And then I don't know where you saw it first. Let's do some research right now. Did you see me on Instagram message you or on TikTok?
I saw the TikTok DM.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like, he's not seeing my Instagram one because it's too probably just
too crazy.
Lost in the mix. But I'm verified on TikTok. So
that's why, it popped up. I don't check them that much, but like once a week I'll check them. And sometimes there's like the most random people in there. So I'm like, I gotta check once a week.
Who's been the craziest collab you've had? And then I want to get into some of your story and like what we're even talking about for people listening.
My story. Craziest collab. I mean, honestly, it was probably Barbara Corcoran because it was like so shocking. Yeah. And that was like the tipping point of this thing. But she just DM'd me. I was like walking down the stairs in my apartment in New York. And I just like was looking at my phone and I was like, what the and I like look at my friend Haley and I'm like, yo, Barbara Corcoran just DM'd me to like come tour her apartment. And we're both like, what is going on? Like, is like everybody in the world seeing this right now?
They absolutely were. It's huge. I saw that episode.
Yep.
I feel like I've been following you for a long time.
Let's go.
Let's go. What the heck? You don't know my videos? You haven't seen Joey on the boardwalk?
Joey on the board. I haven't seen
it.
No,
come on.
I haven't seen it.
I do interviews in the boardwalk in Ocean City. People come and stand in line and be on my show. And then I'll post every single video that I make with those people.
What videos? What is the video?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? That's what I played.
That's smart. I like that. Is it fun? Do you enjoy it?
I love making videos with people and being like that person in their life. Here's the experience. I went to go be on The Voice or one of those shows. You wait in line all day. You get to the gate, 50 people in line singing for like one person. For 5 seconds, they're like, nope, sorry. You just wasted all your time. You're not going to be on the show. The level of like you getting on that show is very low.
The odds
are
slim.
For my show, anybody who stands in line, I'll make a video with them and I'll post it on my personal TikTok page, verified. So when that happens, I mean, the views are insane, which is true.
Now I'm curious.
So I want to hear from your perspective. How do you explain to people what you do?
Oh, this is a great question. Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Caleb. I host shows on the internet, variety show. I host the apartment tour show, a new show in New York City, kind of like Cash Cab. It's a game show in a car. I do pizza reviews. Yeah, just an overall internet personality and host. How much do you pay for rent?
Me, my rent is $1,900.
Let's go.
But they charge me $200 for a parking spot. So $2,100.
Well, I guess you're saving money on tickets. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. Not having to find a parking spot every day.
Yeah, for sure,
dude,
bro.
And there's laundry in the building.
You're right here on the water.
It's good. Okay, Caleb Simpson, my new neighbor.
Yeah.
In the city of LA. Why'd you move to LA?
Oh man, sex, drugs, rock and roll. I'm just trying to get myself in the Hollywood Hills, rail a couple lines with some stars.
Come on.
Say that I've done it,
Wow.
Done the big thing. No, really, there's just a lot of opportunity for some awesome collabs here. And you need to be where the people are in order to make that happen.
It's true. So, that is true. Yeah. And then you get little opportunities like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's your dream creator you want to work with?
So the top 3 collabs that I want to do is Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Oprah.
Okay. So do you feel famous? I want to know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Do I feel famous?
Like, has it hit you yet?
It's been like a evolution, of course, where if someone like says they see my videos, I'm still shocked. If someone like stops me, which happens like every day now, oh, Caleb, what's up? I'm like, yo, what? I'm still like, what? I mean, I guess the answer to the question is, what is fame?
Yeah. Okay, before we get any deeper into stuff like that, so how old are you now?
I don't want the world. I'm 24.
Bro, what? You're like 31.
Yeah, I'm 31.
Yeah.
I'm 31.
No, I knew that. So you were like a photographer before this? Videographer?
I did pretty much everything with the camera. Like I was an all-in-one package, Mainly focusing on short-form content. Really good at that. Really good at mini documentary style stuff. YouTuber-esque like storytelling, 10-minute stories. But then I could just do everything. So.
It just makes sense then. If looking at what you're doing, your history of that creative work. Well, I was wondering, how are you so good at making videos, man?
Yeah, I've
like
been doing it a long time.
You're crushing it on YouTube also. Amazing. What about college? Did you go to college for this?
No. I studied business in college and drinking alcohol.
Okay. What college did you go to?
I went to Methodist University in North Carolina. It was a little private school, about 2,000 kids there. I always wanted to pick up a camera. I always wanted to make videos.
Why?
Since I was like 16. I mean, I love watching YouTube, like Jimmy Tatro. All these guys are having so much fun. It seemed like they're having so much fun online. I was like, do they make money? You know, it's kind of one of those things. Just like internet culture with these videos was so funny to me. So I like made a couple in high school. I started like a talk show in college. We only did 3 episodes because it was like hard work. Like it's a lot of work. And I was like, this is too hard, you know? So I just quit. Like most people do, you know, you have an idea, then you just quit because it's too hard. But then when I moved to New York City, I didn't know anybody, wasn't distracted by anything. So I was like, let me just go buy a camera and like start learning. Just went to work and then went home and just like learned for a long time.
So what was your work at that time?
I managed a tennis club and taught tennis.
Okay.
Yeah, to like rich and famous people.
Just because?
I mean, it was my background. I like played tennis and taught tennis in the summers. It was just like, I didn't have any job ops when I graduated school. Like I was applying. Then
what were you trying to get as a job?
I was just going to work some sales job in Raleigh, North Carolina. My friends just like be on the phone. It's like, yo, buy this shit product. But then I just randomly ended up in New York. Wasn't the dream. You know, everyone's like, did you dream of moving to New York? And I was like, no, I just ended up here.
Why?
Because I got offered a job there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like my one job op. They're like, we're looking for someone to manage this tennis club, teach tennis. And I was like, if anything makes something of me, it'll be New York City, you know? So let me like go there.
So what year did you move to New York?
2016.
So you moved to New York. I moved to Miami. Same year.
There we go.
That's good, man.
How was Miami?
Awesome. You ever stayed in Miami?
A little bit. It's fun, yeah.
Beautiful in the winter. It's like the perfect time to
to
not be here and then come back here in the summer.
Totally.
Or New Jersey or New York in the summer.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. 2016. Were you on Instagram? Did you try Vine at all?
I didn't understand Vine. I thought it was dumb. You know what? I made a lot of videos on Snapchat, like randomly for whoever was just following me at my school. I would like do trick shots. I thought it was really funny and fun to just like be an idiot on camera. There was like a lot of drunken escapades on my Snapchat stories because they would disappear and just go to my friends. So I thought it was funny. But then I would start just like making like sketch comedy sometimes on there. Like we'd do little bits and stuff like that. Like no one ever saw them. I just thought it was fun.
Were you on Musical.ly?
I was not on Musical.ly, no. I was helping a YouTuber friend with an idea. All the YouTubers were making fun of TikTok. Forced me to download the app and then look at it. And I was like, oh, shit. This is the next Instagram. Like, I need to be working on this guy. Like, I realized it translated from TikTok to other apps. So I was like, it's not just TikTok. Like, this has way more social pull than just TikTok. So this is like the real deal.
Okay, what was your first video you posted on TikTok?
Actually, it was really bad. I think it was something like cut my headphones and then like went outside looking for them. And then I didn't have the cord. And I was like, what the
Okay.
Yeah. And
now I thought you were going to cut somebody's headphones and give them a new one or one of those.
No, that wasn't even a trend then.
How many views did your first video get? You remember?
0.
Zero?
Maybe like 4.
How many videos did you post on TikTok before you got a viral video?
80.
80. Wow. Okay.
Then a video went viral and then I was like, okay.
So do you remember your first viral video?
Yeah, it was actually, I took an old Logan Paul video that he posted on Instagram, like a really old one, and like remade it, like beat for beat.
What was it about?
It was about like cooking in the kitchen. He was like making a cake, putting it in the kitchen, but it was like a big mess. You know, like opening up the cake mix and it exploding everywhere. And then like someone throws an egg and you duck your head and it like hits the wall behind you. Like what? And then you're like throwing all these things in the oven. And then there was like a fake gun like shooting inside the oven to like help it cook. You know what I mean? And then it just explodes everywhere. Yeah.
And how many views did that video get?
I did like 500,000.
Dang.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, it finally worked.
Finally.
Yeah.
Did that translate to followership?
Honestly, I can't remember. I just remember thinking like, holy shit, it worked. Like, let's make more videos.
Yeah.
Let's see what we like making.
Okay. From that first viral video, how did you grow to 20,000?
20,000 followers?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. From there to the next thing, it was kind of like, I wasn't really sure what to make. So we're kind of looking at what was trending, and what was trending were like these Mentos and Coke videos. So I started making like as many Mentos and Coke videos as possible, because every day I was waking up and I'd have like 10,000 new followers.
Wow.
And I was like, let me make another one. Like, I didn't really like making them, but I was like, well, what else am I doing? Like, let's just keep making them. So I made like a bunch of Mentos and Coke videos, like throwing them, dropping them in, squeezing them all over your face. I'm like 27 years old, bro, in New York, squeezing soda on my face. Like, what am I doing? In the middle of the street in front of a bunch of people. I swear to you.
You're like, I'm going to make it however I possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah, that's like my mentality, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Okay, did you have a schedule to posting, rhythm, posting cadence?
A post every day, baby.
How many times per day?
So there's actually this weird thing of like, when did you jump on TikTok? 2019?
Mid 2018. It was like Musical.ly.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you might know the game then.
I
So
know the game.
there was like that whole like reposting thing. Like
Absolutely.
if you just like if the video didn't do well, you just deleted it
Yeah.
and reposted it, or you just post it 20 times.
Yeah.
Like, one of them would be a banger.
Yep.
And so we'd just be doing that. I'd just be all day on my phone, like, oh, is it working? No, it's not working. Okay, delete, repost. The girl I was dating at the time, she was like, why are you so obsessed with this? Like, you should chill. And I was like, be obsessed or be average. Back to like posting, reposting.
Wow. I think it's still like that a little bit.
It
you
is.
could repost.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen anybody do it. Like you used to be able to like look at their profile. You could see 9 videos from the same person, same video.
Yeah.
There used to be like a clown who was dressed as a mime and he would hurt himself. Like a scooter would like smack his leg, But his account, I saw he would repost that video 9-10 times until it hit every single time. How do you feel about the setup?
It's cool. It looks good on camera. So you post this like all just like vertical and then just boom everywhere. It's a bajillion clips.
It's ready to go. Yeah, bajillion clips, exactly.
Do you edit them or you hand them off to somebody?
As far as the clips will be edited by my best friend Tom in Orlando.
Shout out to Tom.
Shout out Tom. Personally, I'll use CapCut. I'll go in and like edit out all the pauses that we're doing. So it's like still like TikTok style edit, but for a podcast.
Is there any shooting landscape here or it's all vertical?
All vertical.
Damn, dog.
Yeah. I'm like,
who cares?
I'm betting on this.
It's a good bet.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't think my name carries that much weight. I think that's where like real fame is. Like if you're in anything and your name's associated with it and it goes viral, that's real fame. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
Like Logan Paul, for example.
Sure.
That's like the easiest example. Like if his name's associated with anything, like people are watching.
My friend Eric Howell got me to think about that. When I was making my videos on the boardwalk, I'd make like 10 to 50 a night. We looked at my shirt and he was like, you should have your name on your shirt. So then when people see you and they see your videos, they'll be like, oh, that's Dominic Ditana, instead of, oh, you're the TikTok guy.
Yeah, smart. That's why DJ Khaled says DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Right.
So when I do pizza reviews, I always say Caleb's Pizza Reviews and
Got
then rank it. So then people know my name.
I honestly didn't know your name until
they're an apartment tour guy.
It's yeah. How much do you pay for rent?
How much do you pay for rent?
Yeah.
Apartment tour guy.
Can you like?
That's okay.
Are you gonna like trademark that? Like, how much do you pay for rent?
It's one of those things where people have been asking me. They say, "Are you tired of people saying that to you yet?" And I'm like, "I'll be tired in 10 years."
Really?
Like right now, it's okay, but like in 10 years, when someone walks up to me and says it, I might be a little bit like, "Damn, that was like a while ago, bro."
No, so 2022, 2023.
Yeah, seriously.
You said you were in a cab in New York.
Tesla Model X.
What are you doing with that? Tell me about that.
So it's like a talk show on wheels, a little game show where we can have guests, We play games, cash prizes, free rides for all. I was just thinking I wanted to...
What do you mean you came up with this idea?
Yeah, this is my genius. Yeah.
Let me hear it.
I mean, that's pretty much it. And I just drive and have cameras all rigged up in it, pick people up. We drive them around wherever they want to go, play games. We've had guests on. I had Lewis Howes on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was just thinking like I could do a podcast, sure. I was like, I want to play games and like have fun and I want to make it frictionless for the guests or people participating. And I wanted New York City to be able to participate. I think that's why the apartment tour series has done so well. People feel like they can participate with it.
Yes.
So I was like, I want to have that element involved with whatever this next thing is. So
Are you gonna like wrap the car?
Maybe, yeah.
With your face on it, bro.
Yeah, just put my face shirtless, Just shirtless Caleb on the car. That'd be funny. It really depends on like who we get to like help sponsor it. If we get anyone to help sponsor it on like what we'll do with the car.
Somebody like Snapchat or TikTok would sponsor, or even YouTube.
Yeah.
Very brandable.
Totally.
Very safe for brands to work with.
Totally. That was fun and very scary at the same time because like, when you're trying to, I kind of look at what I'm doing as like a variety show now and like to test out these variety show ideas. It's like, you're betting on yourself and you're like, yo, I'm trying this brand new concept. Is the world going to like it? Or they're not going to like it?
Yeah.
I think it's good. So it's fun. It's scary, but that's what I like about content.
How'd you come up with this idea? What do you call the show also?
I don't know what it's called yet. I decided that the world will name it for me. What I say is like picking up New Yorkers and giving them a free ride. And I'm like, hey, you want a free ride?
Bro, free ride.
And then someone's already like, we love this free ride series. And I'm like, bro, boom, that's probably it. Free rides.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Well, how long after you were doing the Mentos and Coke videos? Like, what was your next thing?
There was a complete midlife crisis between Mentos and Coke and this.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. I was kind of just doing all these trends, and like 10xing the ideas. I was not enjoying it at all. I personally like don't like being in my apartment just making videos that are funny for the world to watch. I want to go experience something with somebody else. I was just like making all these stupid videos, like even like little kid videos, like little treasure hunt videos.
Okay.
I swear to God, like taking out metal detector and like, oh, I found buried treasure. Yeah, I was doing everything, bro.
Yeah.
Everything I could think of because it was getting like 10 million views.
Wow.
I was doing something at the time that was like making a good bit of money too. So I was like, well, if I get views on this, like I'm making good money through like these app downloads.
The plug?
Well, not the plug. It was a different one. Yeah, kind of similar. learn. So then at one point, I had like a year-long brand deal with Bang Energy. That rang up. That was done.
Dude.
So that contract ran out, and I was just feeling so burnt on the content I was making. I was like, this isn't sustainable. I don't enjoy it. So like, let me go do something else. I'd built all these skills, and I was like chatting with a friend, and he's like, bro, we're starting a media company in the NFT space, and we need someone like you. This is like on the NFT crypto boom. It's like, sick, let's do it. So they just like hired me on, and I started building a media company for like a year. Startup environment, grind, 12 hours a day, hustle culture, networking culture. It actually taught me a ton. It really prepared me for like this moment. So super grateful for that, even though it was a grind. And then
I got to hear more about that. How did that prepare you for this moment?
Well, one, I just had to like bang out so much content. Like I was like a one-man team working out of my apartment and doing like 15 pieces of content, like short form, making NFTs entertaining. How do you do that?
You're doing it for them?
For them, yeah. Then also like I was doing mini documentaries with them, brainstorming other ideas, helping do a podcast for them. So I was doing like 10
I hope they paid you. Do you hear about?
I mean, it's startup money, baby.
Okay, good.
I got equity in the company, so that's good. Anyway, so it really just like, even on the networking side, like that was such a weird cultural moment where it like met like fine art meets Hollywood meets crypto meets NFTs, and they're like all in the same room. So I'm here with these three guys who founded this company, like in the room with people I shouldn't be in the room with, and they're like talking with everybody. I'm kind of like with them a little bit, and then I'm like, they're not introducing me to everybody. It was like, it's up to me to talk to everyone in this room. If I want to build my own life, I need to do it myself. Like that whole year I was just traveling everywhere, just like chatting up everybody, like building a name for myself in the NFT community, which I have a big name for myself now in like the crypto NFT world, but people know who I am, which is like interesting. It like taught me a lot. Also just like how to over communicate within a company and how to like get shit done fast. Like seriously. Then I was like trying new ideas on social, and I ultimately landed on this one.
How long were you in that NFT world?
14 months.
So did you just like take a break like from your personal page at that time?
Yeah, no posting.
No posting for 14 months.
Yeah, I was like all
like
in.
3 million followers, man.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense again why I didn't see you.
I was not posting at all. But then I was like reinvigorated, so I was like exploring again. Because like once you build enough other people's shit, you're like, damn, it's my time, bro.
I feel that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
totally.
I built a bunch of artists. I built like a company.
Yeah.
I like built my own at one point, a little bit.
Your own company?
Like the NFT company that I worked with. Kind of like you have these like benchmarks of like proving shit to yourself, where you're like, well, I helped this artist get 1 million followers on Instagram, so that's cool. It's like I got 3 million myself, that's cool. Like now I helped build a whole company on the media side, that's cool. It's like, what else you got to prove to yourself before you just do it yourself,
It's a great little motivation tip, man.
Totally.
That's the clip right there. But I know exactly how I feel. I've been like grinding, I feel like, with pushing content on TikTok and growing my page, so I've been like, we have a lot of similarities in our stories.
Yeah.
Even like startup stuff. And you working with the NFT space, was that during COVID?
Yeah.
Was it because of COVID and like not being able to go out into the world and talk to people that you started working in that world? That's why you felt like kind of safe to kind of...
No, not at all. I didn't feel that way during COVID at all. I was just like, my contract ended up with like the whole social media stuff, and I was just like tired of what I was making. And I truly think like NFT tech could be the future of social media, and I always want to be on the cutting edge of this shit. I was on TikTok early. Like I love tech. So I was like, the best way to learn about this is to like work in it. Cause I'm not going to sit down 10 hours a day learning about something like NFTs, cause I didn't care that much, but I wanted to learn. So it like forced me to learn about it.
Were you affected by creator burnout at all?
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I was burnt out cause I wasn't enjoying what I was making like on social. I was making shit for views,
and for other people, for other companies, not working on yourself.
Yeah, or like the other company stuff. But that taught me a lot, though. It was a necessary step.
So then you get back on social. You come back from your hiatus. What inspires you to come up with this new thing, or did you try anything else before you got into it?
I tried a bunch of things. Shout out Isaiah Photo.
I know Isaiah.
I was studying his shit. I was like, okay, this guy's like on top of it. So he's like benchmark leader in my head. So I'm like, let me go recreate some of what he's making and kind of his style. So I like tried everything he was doing. Like I did like subscriber count. I gave away money. It worked a little bit, but I didn't really like the way it felt.
What's a subscriber count? What was that?
He was like, are you subscribed to Mr. Beast? I'll give you $100.
Oh, okay.
The type of video.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good video, right? So I tried those types of videos. Then I saw Sean Rizwan, who does like, what are you listening to?
Sure.
I saw his like YouTube videos, and he was like interviewing New Yorkers. He's like, how much do you pay for rent? What's the most expensive thing in your home? It's like, that's interesting. Let me go interview some New Yorkers. And I kind of went and interviewed some. Also, that didn't feel right. Felt like totally lost. just like the wrong direction, really. But I was like, there's something here with like running around, talking with people. Also at this time, bro, I was like calling everybody that I knew in the social media space. And I was like, what do I do? Like, what are your thoughts? Give me advice.
Yeah.
Because I felt like this, people have information. Let me just like, the key to everything is information.
Exactly.
So Brett Conti told me something that I think is super powerful. He was like, make something you want to see. And I was like, on these like little interview clips that I see, I want to see more. Like I want to see it go deeper than just on the street. So then I thought, oh, let me ask people like, what's your favorite pizza in New York? And then I'll go review it. I was like, that gives you more substance. Yeah. Gives you the street interview and then like more substance. So I did that. 10 million views on the first video. It's like sick. Okay. So this idea worked. So I did more, you know, anywhere between like 1 and 10 million views. But I was like, I can't scale pizza. I don't want to scale pizza. Also, I don't really enjoy just sitting there eating pizza by myself. Not that fun. Then when I was like looking at the Sean Rizwan video, I watched it probably 20 times. I swear to you, 20 times. I was like, what? There's something here. Like, this is so good. And then he was like, the most expensive thing in your home. And I was like, dude, what if I asked to go in the home? I was like, bro, what if I asked to go in the home? And then that was like such a light bulb moment.
Okay, so tell me about the first person you asked that said yes.
I spent the whole day going around New York City. Everybody said no.
Wow.
It was like a demoralizing day. I was like defeated mentally. I was like, fuck, I thought this was a beautiful idea. And it didn't work. So I set it up. Actually, I had my friend. I ran into him on the street. And I was like, oh, bro, we're trying to tour someone's apartment. Can we come? And he's like, sure. So we did that YouTube video long form. It did like 100K views. And I was like, sick. Long form YouTube video, 100K views, 500,000 now. Yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. So I was like, let me do a short form one, which I set up again just to see if it worked. That did like 5 million shorts. And I was like, this is it, bro. Like, this is it. So then I just started actually hitting the streets again, you know, chatting. Just like hitting people up like, yo. And at that point, and I released all the clips. This is the big moment that I realized. All those long form clips where people said no, or like, oh, my apartment's dirty, yada, yada, yada. I just like cut those and put them all on TikTok. And all of those went viral. And then their friends of friends sent it to them, those people I talked to in New York, and they DM me on Instagram. Oh, you can come over now. After they told me no, then they saw that video get 5 million views. Right. And their friends saw it, sent it back to them. Sure. And then they said I can come over. And I was like, bro, if their friends saw it, and then now they're saying I can come over, the virality of this is insane. I've never experienced this. Like, everybody in the city saw this. Like, that's crazy. And then I was like, this is the one. This is it. I got to do them every day.
Did you actually go up to an actual stranger and do it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I still do that.
Like in the first week?
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience. Like talking to your first stranger. What was that like?
I mean, I've done a lot of these things with strangers before, different challenges. It's strange.
Did they see your video, you think? Like, had they known about you at all?
Well, initially, no one had seen any of it. So it was just like, bro, no. It's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm just trying to do this thing. Like, if you don't have a proof of concept to show somebody yet, that's why it's almost better to set something up and just like have the proof of concept so you can like show it.
That's what I did with this podcast. First episode was just a friend. We posted it just to have something to show.
Exactly. And some kid DM'd me yesterday and he was like, hey, we're starting this new podcast show. It's going to like try to take on Barstool. We got these people hosting it. Would you come on? And I was like, you haven't posted any episodes? He's like, no. And I was like, do 20 episodes and then message me again. And I was also total random thought, but I thought like the correlation of like excitement is really funny. Because when you're starting something, the correlation is I'll reach out to Caleb to get him on my podcast. He says no. Then there's like this whole excitement period of we're going to do all these podcasts. Then you realize how hard it is. Then you're like, this is super hard.
And technical difficulties. Like, it goes wrong and breaks and you got to replace it.
Totally. There's just so much. So then you probably do like 5 episodes. Then you're like mentally defeated. You might hit the 20 and then you don't even have the balls to ask Caleb again. Because your podcast doesn't even get any views, you know? Is my podcast even worthy of having Caleb on? It's just so funny that the beginning excitement is not past like the 20 episode mark. You know what I'm saying? The correlation of excitement is just interesting.
So, hey, what piece of advice would you give to the people like that?
I would say just keep making this shit. Oh, basically, once you start getting views, then get more views. And when you have the more views, then ask. I mean, you can still ask beforehand, but you need to get to the more views part. Like, it's working a little bit, like, make it really work.
I'm not there yet, honestly, with this podcast, but I'm hoping with your
with your episode, we're going viral, baby.
How much you pay for rent became so huge. It's a meme. It's like meme status.
Yeah,
it hit what I mean? Like,
it hit a meme.
It's viral. What's the other guy who, hey, I love your car. What do you do for a living?
Oh, what do you do for a living? Yeah.
Like that.
Daniel Mack.
Daniel Mack's up there also with these legendary questions. Like you're like, you should be like TikTok Hall of Fame, man. You know, like that. That one question needs to be on TikTok's Hall of Fame. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah. It is funny. It's real funny. Like, it is big, but like, it's not Charlie D'Amelio, bro. Come on.
I bet she knows who you are.
Yeah,
and
probably
like
true. I'm saying true, like she knows who I am.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I mean,
yeah, she knows.
Well, check it out. Like, now that you're here in LA, you start posting more videos of LA. More people from LA are going to see it.
Funny how that works.
That's how it works.
I think the big aha moment that everyone had seen it. Well, there was like a few, but somebody was with Snoop Dogg, and then they were like, "I was with Snoop Dogg, and I was talking to them about you. Like, have you seen this guy?" And he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I seen that guy." And I was like, "Yo, Snoop Dogg seen my shit." That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's insane. Anybody else crazy like that?
There's been like way more of that like celeb culture that's just like seen it or like followed me or whatever. And I was like, whoa.
Who has the largest following on social media that's followed you?
Mr. Beast.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Mr. Beast follows me.
That's awesome.
He only follows like 60 people too.
Dang. Have you done collab with him yet?
I mean, there's some messages.
Secrets.
There's some messages going on. Who knows if it'll happen? He's a busy guy, but it's being entertained, which is like a win for me, honestly. I feel like the stages of content creation is like so much work to getting it done. And if you get it done, that's awesome. But even if it's entertained with somebody, I'm like, bro, the fact that you had a conversation with me about this and you like the idea, but it just doesn't fit right now, that's a win for me.
I see it as he's got someone who's looking on the internet for the most viral thing each week. And he's like, okay, we're going to do that.
Yeah,
like,
I know him.
Get him on the phone.
I know
like,
that guy.
Let's do it.
That's exactly what's happening.
It's just about time.
It's about timing and are you hot?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you continue to make these videos and they get millions of views. Do you have any videos that hit like 50 million views? You know what? Actually, I can pull it up right here.
But it's like way deep. There it is.
You got 2.
Dude, so this was like 3 years ago. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, actually. Because like people ask me, they'll say like, what's your most viral video? And I'm like, I can't even show it to you. And they're like, why? I'm like, it is the dumbest ever. When we're breaking down these videos and recreating them with the 10x rule, this little kid like took a mirror and a statue and a phone and like took a picture of it, like a reflection photo. So my friend's like, bro, let's get the biggest mirror we can find and a statue really large. And let's like go take a picture of it just like this kid, but like large. So like I took this big mirror and then I took my friend, which is a girl, and like picked her up like a statue, set her down next to the mirror and just like took a picture. Didn't even show the picture and did like 100 million views. And I was like, this makes no sense. Same thing with the other one, recreated
with this one too, this 99 million views?
Same thing. Stopped some kid in Times Square and like pretended to do it and then got like 100 million views. Makes no sense. Bunch of reposts of that same shit.
You've hit it out of the park a few times, man.
Yeah,
58 million, 54 million.
Some random. The apartment tour series, they're the biggest videos, like around 50 million views on YouTube Shorts.
On YouTube? How many followers do you have on YouTube?
About that 2 million subs, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Not even close. 27,000.
You'll get there.
Yeah. What tips you got for YouTube Shorts?
Okay, so when I was calling everybody, hitting them up, I was like, bro, YouTube Shorts, like what's going on here? And it was actually Alex Stemp. He was like, bro, it took me like 6 months for a video to go viral on there. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I was posting every day, nothing. Then like a video went viral. So he's like, you need to post every day for 6 months just to see. And I was like, bro, that's a lot. Like that's a big time commitment just to see. So and then that was kind of like the overall consensus around it all. Okay. Everyone's like, I got like 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, even more. Some people even more. So I was like, okay. So it's just like post every day. And then the titles matter. Once you get a title that starts working, like let's say you get a video that hits 50,000 views or something. It's like, what was that title? Try to use that same sort of title in your next video. And then just like posting all the time. Obviously intro, outro is like a good video matters. The YouTube short algorithm gods reward you if you just post all the time. And then if that still doesn't work, it's like, well, maybe you just need to change your content and be okay with that.
Are you posting yourself? Like, are you doing all the editing?
I post and edit everything.
No team?
I'm bringing on a guy in April to start helping. Yeah. That's why I say I'm grateful for my career so far because I can go beast mode, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what do you see the future of what you're doing right now going to be? Like, what do you think?
The future of Caleb Simpson is James Gordon meets Ryan Seacrest on the internet.
Right. We're from the same world, man. It's pretty mind-blowing. John, you shy.
Dude, I just met him the other day and I had coffee with him.
You got to talk to him about this.
I already did, yeah.
You already did. He's a super networker, man.
He's smart. He confirmed a lot of things for me. A lot of fears, a lot of anxieties.
Ooh.
He just confirmed that I was right in my head. And I was like, you're the first person I heard say what I was thinking.
Could you share some of it?
Just like the James Gordon variety show type thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone says social media is so one-dimensional. It's a niche. Like I am the photographer, I am this or I am that, and you have to stay within that. My theory was like if I build myself out as this host or this entertainer in between these worlds, then I can make all different types of content series. But that's like going against what people say. And then I heard him talking about James Gordon and like the variety show concept. And I was like, holy shit. That's what I've been thinking. That's why I was so nervous to release these other concepts recently. I think it's really pegging yourself as like this certain person in this world, which is like the most important part. So it doesn't feel too different. It's like, oh, Caleb's just hosting another show thing.
Also helps with you editing it. Personally, I mean, you've been watching your content the whole time, so you know what works, what's not working.
True. I mean, I guess there's a lot more that goes into it than just like that, but at the same time, it's like nice to know that other people are thinking about it the same way. And him, because he's talked to everybody.
So do you have other shows like lined up that you're going to be working on? Like
there's been some other ideas floated around recently. I'm always going to be testing. I realize like that's the most important thing is like take these ideas, throw them out there. If I like them and they stick, keep working on them, but always be testing, always be trying other things that interest me ultimately.
What shows are you working on right now?
There's the apartment tour show, and it's kind of like building that out into different series within that world. Regular people, tiny spaces, famous people, 3 subgenres. And I've been experimenting with small businesses recently, so showing off small businesses.
That's genius.
Done 2 of those and people like them. So I was like, cool.
You follow Keith Lee?
Keith Lee.
Come on, man.
The legend.
Yeah.
So that's 4 in that wheelhouse. And then there's like other countries and stuff. Obviously, you can go into Hong Kong.
Wow.
On the 20th, so we'll be seeing some I guess interesting places from there. I think they're like one of the most expensive places to live in the world, actually. Then inside that there's like really expensive luxury living, which that's where most people live in the apartment tour series world, but I haven't even dove into that yet.
Wow.
So that's like 5 things in that world. So I'm trying to like develop things within that more and more and more, just to keep it fresh and interesting for myself and the viewer. Then there's like this new car, what are we calling it?
Free rides.
Yeah, free rides. Cash cab meets carpool karaoke in New York City.
Do you gotta like fly back every time you want to shoot that show?
I've been back and forth, baby. That's been fun because I'm experimenting with different games. First, it was like trivia. Everyone's like, Cash Cab, dude. But like most kids haven't even seen Cash Cab, which is funny. Yeah, name that TikTok song.
Yeah, I like that.
Plus trivia. And then we're just going to keep adding in games just to see what people like, see what I like, and getting guests, maybe make longer episodes with that. So that's going to be an evolution. Then there's like the pizza review show, and that's strictly with guests. If there's like a more, we'll say, notable person that doesn't want to do an apartment tour, because they're like, I don't want to show off my space. Right. Now they have the option to ride in the car or do a pizza review. So it's like I'm giving people options to play in this world. So there's 3 of those things. And then outside of that, there's some like other things that are being thrown around. But really the idea is to build out all the variety shows so you kind of see that I live in this world, and then potentially launch a talk show, like reverse engineering it.
Isn't it already a talk show? Like car series? Like
yeah,
free ride?
For sure. We'll just say like a home base. Like, you know how like James Gordon, he has his talk show, but then he has all the variety shows that live within that world. You know what I'm saying?
How often are you free, man? I mean, I have the studio. Push this button, you want to talk to people. What do you want to do?
How I think about it is from a marketing sense. People do know the apartment tour series, but they don't know me and my personality that well. So I want to build that out slowly. Like, hey, introduce my personality more, introduce more guests, you know, more to a point where they're like, we really want Caleb to have a talk show, then do it.
Like, I feel like when you first started out, you weren't in the video.
Correct. Just like slowly adding myself more and more inside. I think it builds curiosity.
Absolutely.
You know?
How long do you think this social media thing is going to last?
Forever. I'll be doing this shit till I'm dead. Yeah, for sure. It's so fun. I think the big problem with social media is everyone kind of looks at it as like, I need to get famous now. Bro, look at like Kevin Hart or The Rock. Or like once people build their social media career, they're like, I want to be a movie star now. Right. And they just like forget. I'm like, no, social media is the game. It allows you to do other things. So you get to be in a movie because you do social media. Like social media is your thing. And then you get to write a book. And then you get to go on the talk show. So it's just like, you just keep doing it because you think it's fun. Like that's the whole point for me. It's fun. So that's why I'm doing it.
Do you have like favorite video you've ever made?
There's been 2 recently. There was this guy that toured his house as a commercial space as a laundromat. This guy is just like an artist through and through. His name's Simpson. Really, really interesting, fun guy. The whole thing was improv. I really like improv. I think it's funny.
Well, you'll love the games in a minute.
Yeah, and it was just funny. And then Jeff Wittick, who's in the Vlog Squad.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did like a tour of his a month or 2 ago, and that was just like so fun. I like when there's some nice fun banter going on.
I'm terrible at banter.
Take some improv classes, bro. It's fun.
I have. I took one with Eric Artell. He's like the guy.
He's the guy. Can you connect me to him?
Absolutely.
I'm looking for like a private coach.
Yes.
Cool.
Got you 100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What was the most expensive house you ever toured?
15 million. That was Barbara Corcoran's home, yeah. Actually, I was in a $70 million one the other day. Ooh. It's not on the market yet, but it will be soon.
What about pairing up with those houses that are not for sale yet and working with the real estate agent?
Oh, yeah. I've never thought about that.
Let me help sell this apartment.
Yeah.
I got one for you in Florida. Anytime you're in Miami Beach, you can work with my friend Kirill. He'll give you a percentage all day.
Trust me, my inbox is full of these pitches. I don't want to sell myself out, you know? Like, I don't like the idea of showing like an empty shell. Like, the reason why I do the apartment tours and why I like it is because I get to meet people, interact with them and chat with them and interview them. That's the fun part for me. So if it's not that, then it's kind of like, I don't really care. But if I'm gonna make like $1 million commission, I'm down. If it's like a $50 million home, let me know.
He has started selling like $10 million apartments.
It's getting up there.
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, I'll keep you updated with that. What's your creative process from like start to finish?
From like filming to publish?
Yeah.
Or from like idea to...
Let's go both.
So from like
you want to start.
Ideation, I try not to come up with anything new when it comes to an idea. I think everything's already created and it's about remixing it into today's format or today's social media construct. For example, you're shooting this show all vertically, you know, instead of horizontally, which is for today's day and age. Really, when I look at ideas, I look at like what's already worked on the internet. What do people like? What worked and is already maybe not dead. Like for example, Cash Cap. People love that show. I was like, that doesn't exist in New York. So like, how could I recreate this? But then remix the idea, throwing in like your own flavor to it. So it's not exact copycat. So that's kind of how I think about new ideas. I think a lot of people try to go and just like create something brand new. Like when Casey Neistat started vlogging, everybody thought it was brand new. It wasn't brand new. There was already vloggers out there. He just did it in his own way that people liked much more. So when it comes to ideas, I'm always like trying to figure that out and obviously seeing what's working on the internet. Let's go research and see like who's doing it like this. Is anyone doing like this? And how many views are they getting? Is it succeeding? So like the apartment tour series, for example, I did a bunch of research on it before I tried it out to see, okay, is anyone doing this outside of like Architectural Digest and our real estate boys in like New York City, you know? Are they just showing empty shells or are they showing people's lives? And then there's just one girl who was doing it in New York and she had only did like 5 episodes, but they did really well. But they were like Architectural Digest style. And I was like, we need to update this. We need to make it more flavorful, more energy, more personable. It's like film it like today's day and age instead of like this slow panning B-roll and like all that. That's cool. It hits a certain market, but like not today's day and age. So when it comes to ideas, I like try to think, let's take an idea that's already working or it already worked. Let's remix it for today and let's do research to see, has anyone else done it? Has it worked for them? Can we do it better than them? So that's the idea. Filming all iPhone, baby. No mics.
No mics.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's simplify it. Let's dumb it down as much as possible because like we don't even know if it's going to work. So why complicate it?
That is powerful right there, man.
Really, it's like I improv so much. Like I don't really plan anything. I think it's fun. Like when I do the apartment tours, I just like, if it's set up beforehand, I don't really want to talk to the person. I just like show up and start filming. They're always like, are we doing this now? And I'm like, yeah, we're doing this now. Like then there's like this nervous energy. They're like, oh shit. Yeah. And then I'm like getting to know them. From that, what I do through my process when I'm interviewing somebody, I'll like chat to them like this. I'm not really focusing on the apartment. I'm like getting to know them. There's like 30 minutes I cut out of that. Because I'm like, we're getting warmed up. We're getting to know each other, cracking some jokes.
That's your talk show, bro.
Yeah. So I'll just like walk through, film, and then like turn around and like film myself some. Then I'll ask them to film me some. I'm always trying to think of something funny that could happen in the apartment. That's why I always jump in people's beds.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny. You need to add some comedy in there for people to laugh at. So I'm always kind of like looking around, no matter what I'm doing, to see like what little funny moments we can add in or create, depending on who the person is. If it's somebody who's more on like the comedy side of life and I know that, I might be like, hey, is there anything funny you want to do in here? You know what I mean? So I kind of play towards the character also. So like knowing who your person is like important. Then I'll, you know, for the apartment tour series anyway, I'll just like, after I do the walkthrough, I'll shoot B-roll after and then we'll shoot the intro. Then it's like back to the editing bay.
Thanks for sharing that too.
Yeah. I think the editing process people are interested in, but it's also long.
What are you using to edit your videos?
Adobe Premiere.
Well, yeah, I've told you, I'm not good at improv. I got to write my questions down. This is still like a hustle each time I'm like trying to talk to a new guest.
Yeah.
You know, like it could be challenging to like.
For sure. When I was chatting with Lewis Howes the other day, because like I made the talk show hard for me, bro. I'm driving in New York interviewing somebody. I have to be like really planned, intrigued, you know? So I was just like, what's one tip you have for me for interviewing people? And he was like, honestly, he's like, some days you're just going to be off. And he's like, and you just have to be okay with that. Just like keep showing up, keep getting a little better, lead with curiosity, listen. And I was like, I had a feeling you were going to say that. But he's right, you know?
Yeah. Do you have any schedules or habits that you stick to personally to keep yourself going?
So many, yeah. So I wake up every day with the sun and I go do an ice plunge first thing. If I'm here, I jump in the ocean. If I'm in New York, I have an ice bath.
How long you been doing that for?
Like a year and a half now, I think. Maybe 2 years. One thing that people don't really know about me is that like health, wellness, mindset is shit I like really care about. I think it's
are we twins?
We're twinning, bro.
We're twinning right now.
We're twinning.
All right.
Wait, is your dad named Larry?
Larry?
Yeah.
No, Vince.
Gosh.
Vincenzo, actually.
See, that's the yes and.
Should I have said yes?
Yeah, you should have played into it. That's the improv. Damn.
Yeah, actually, his name's Vinny. It's like, you're teaching me some improv.
Yeah. Well, you would just agree. You would say, yeah, my dad's name's Larry. You know, he was my dad for like 15 years. We had a really nice childhood. And then I would just add on, then you would add on, and you know, we just keep playing. So health, wellness, mindset stuff I started doing every day. I wake up and do like it's an ice shower, a cold shower, ice plunge here in the ocean.
Right.
If I'm here or I have a cold plunge at home in New York, do it there. And that's like what I do immediately when I wake up, because I wake up like my mind's racing immediately. Like I wake up with anxiety immediately. I'm just like, oh, I got to do all this shit today. My mind's running. So I'm like, let me control my mind. Like, let me win the day right now. Let me just like do this very uncomfortable thing, which is the ice bath. And then it like shocks my system kind of into a reset. You know how most days you wake up thinking you're going to be refreshed, but you're just not. Like that's the reality of waking up. If you wake up refreshed, that's going to be a sick day. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, whoa, baby, I don't even need coffee today. So I'll do that. Then I'll do stretching. I'll do some like breath work and gratitude like every day. I know this sounds crazy.
It's not crazy.
Then this is actually really funny. And then I'll go home and turn on some music and I dance, bro. And I have everything I want to do in my life like written on the wall, and I like review it, and I'm just like dancing, vibing out. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like looking at it, like saying it out loud. From there, depending on where I'm at, it's just like you know, go get coffee with some friends and then like start my day. Emails, typically go film a video, then editing, posting. And I'm typically communicating with people like all day, so I'm just like scheduling, planning, reaching out, trying to get done like all day long till like 10 p.m. And in between there, I'll exercise somewhere. So whether it's like a run, I'll go to Muscle Beach workout. I'm running the New York City Marathon on Sunday. Then I'll do some journaling sometimes. And I try to call my family. That's like an important one.
How have you had any consistency in this? Is consistency important to you?
It's the most important thing. It's the only way shit gets done.
Do you do it every single day, these habits, or
every day?
Take a break?
No breaks. Even when I'm sick, I'm jumping in the fucking cold water.
Why'd you start doing that?
There was like this period of my life between like 26 to like 30. I was just tired, bro. I was like, I'm tired of partying. I'm tired of drinking. I'm tired of feeling bad just in general. So I was like, how do I like regain control? Or what do I need to do? How do I win the day? And how do I feel good about myself? That's what I want to do. I just like started learning and just building habits and sticking to them.
Why ice baths, bro? Why put yourself through that torture?
Honestly, it's torture, but then, you know, they say do the hardest thing first that you have to do all day. That's what they say, quote unquote.
I'm not kidding. Anybody that sees this, that knows me, they're going to be like, you're like literally my twin, man. It's crazy.
So your dad's name is Larry.
It is Larry.
But anyway, so all of that shit, just people I love, I appreciate how they live their lives, have serious habits built.
Do you have role models? Like who are your role models?
As funny as this sounds, just like any dude in his like 50s or 60s who's just like killing life, just like they're jacked, they got their habits down, they built a good life for themselves.
Right.
I'm like, they're cool. I listen to a lot of like podcasts that have dudes like that, or girls. Girls is fun.
What podcast are you listening to right now?
The Diary of a CEO is like one I've been listening to of recent. Other ones, not so much. Like I used to listen to Joe Rogan some. Lewis Howes I used to listen to all the time. Not so much. I guess because there's a point, I think, in your life where you have to consume less and output more. You have to throw out more than you're inputting. And I'm in the output stage. There is stuff I get curious about learning, and I'll like deep dive into that. But like right now, I just need to like put it out. Stop consuming.
Are you listening to any audiobooks?
No.
Or reading at all?
I should. I was on a big reading kick last year. Well, one I would suggest is The Science of Getting Rich. It was written in 1920s. That's a good one. That one changed my life.
Why? Why did that change your life?
50 pages. I just didn't have a good relationship with how to think about money or like anything with money. So I was like, let me educate myself about it. And that book just like puts it into perspective a lot for me. And it has nothing to do with money because money's made up, bro. It's not even real. Right now in my life, like how I'm trying to design my life. Oh, fucking Rob Dyrdek, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
I love Rob Dyrdek.
Wow.
But how I'm trying to design my life is like the emotionally. So how I feel through the day, not necessarily like the outcome. So the outcome is like views people see online. Like they're like, oh, your video did 30 million views last week. That's sick. And I'm like, yeah, but what was my experience and my feelings that day? You know what I'm saying? That's way more important to me than you seeing 30 million views. So it's just like designing those things. So when everyone was like, what's your biggest goal for this year? I was like, I want to sit in the sun and sweat more. That's my biggest goal this year. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Not be happy, not, you know.
That brings me joy, sweating, sitting in the sun.
The opposite of jumping in cold water.
Yeah. Well, you need both, I think. Happiness is fleeting, bro. That's the American scam on the internet, I believe. I just want to be happy. Don't you just want to be happy? It's bullshit. It's all shit. Like you feel every emotion every day.
Yeah.
So it's not like you are going to be happy today as if you don't hold on to sadness for too long. Mic drop.
If you could give one piece of advice to a new creator starting on social media, what would you tell them?
Outside of making content, the most important thing is people. You need to talk to people because they have the information. So do not be scared to reach out. Do not be scared to like work for them or whatever it takes to learn. Really, that's where the key to all the information is. And whether you believe it or not, creators or people making shit in the world, the best people making the best shit in the world. They want people who are hungry and wanting to learn to be around them because it makes the process more fun for them, and they want to share that information. So if you actually do really want it and you're willing to put in the work, reach out to those people and they will most likely respond.
Okay, check it out. Posted on Instagram asking people questions that I should ask you. The only question I got is, how much does he pay for rent?
That's what everybody ask. Right now, I guess since I'm paying for 2 rents.
You're paying for 2 rents right now?
And $5,600 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much is your rent? Where? New York?
$2,800 there, $2,500 here.
Why?
Why not? It's just my life, bro. I love New York too much. I'm gonna always have a place there forever.
Once you visit Miami, you'll want to get a spot there.
No. I've spent time in Miami. It's fun. It's fun to visit. It's fun to visit.
So you're supposed to say yes and. Where can people find you?
You can find me on social everywhere at Caleb W. Simpson.
What's W? What is that? What's your middle name?
Let's leave that a mystery.
Oh, come on, Wilson. William.
You're close.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Wisconsin. That's the one.